just defending Israel's right to defend themselves out of the goodness of your heart. Speaking of Yankees, let's just watch this one video and then I'm getting the fuck out of here, okay? David Pakman's Dark Money Denial ridiculed by Taylor Lorenz on the KT Halper show.
Okay, so let's take a look at what David Pakman had to say about this article.
I was not even going to talk about this because I hate participating.
I've been hating on this guy since back in the day, bro. I've been saying this motherfucker is problematic. Nobody wanted to listen to me because nobody knew me. I was just hating by myself. Back in the day, bro, I'm talking about, what, 2000, I don't know, man, 19? He even looks sussy, bro. He even looks sussy. No lips.
I was named in an article in Wired yesterday, and the article is about a so-called dark money group on the left called Chorus. I also was told that other creators, like a Twitch streamer named Hassan Piker.
Wait, okay, like a Twitch, are you really assuming, like, are you pretending you don't know who Hassan Piker is? Like a Twitch streamer?
Hassan Piker, Abu Turki.
I believe by the name of Hassan Piker. Like, guys, you should have shown me drafts of these. I would have helped you improve.
All I can do is tell you what's going on, and then you can judge and you can make an assessment of me.
All right, so we're about to do that. But anything you want to tell him about, or the audience about what your motives, what's in your heart and your head?
I would say 80% of the work that I do is covering Republicans, and I've covered the far right influencers extensively. But I've written a lot about the Democrats too, and their various influences.
Oh, she covers the right wingers. She covers me. Yo, by the way, Taylor Lorenz is being abused online by Ethan Klein every single day, bro.
Now, the most important thing to say is that the idea behind this group is exactly...
Yo, Bergie, what the fuck you mean, Gen Z? David Pakman is a millennial. Well, most of these people are millennials, ContraPoints or whatever, da-da-da-da. Who is Hassan Piker? I don't know.
What I've been advocating for years.
So he's talking about Chorus, right? The group Chorus.
Yeah, he's talking about Chorus, yeah.
Right.
For years, I've been saying the left needs to organize in...
What in the fuck is the left? It does not exist in Yankee land. There's no left in Yankee land. The Black Panther does not operate anymore. So there's no left in Yankee land. What the fuck is a left? It doesn't exist. What the fuck is a leftist? Are you left-handed? What? Are you left brain? Are you left out of everything in your life so you're dumb as hell? What are you? New word for liberal, leftist. Holy fuck. There's no Black Panther anymore. There's no left in Yankee land. Who's left? Who is a leftist in Yankee land? Tell me. Are there any Yankees in the chat? Tell me, who is a leftist? DSA, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. The left is the only thing Democrats are willing to fight against. But who though? Who is the left? Who? Moralists and lazy people.
Needs to fund independent creators the way that the right does. The right has won even arguably presidential elections.
Well, first of all, no one's arguing that content creators don't deserve support. Like nobody's arguing that. My reporting is on like the specific, like the lack of disclosure and the funding.
Look, Vox Leona, anyone who thinks people, who is this left that the liberals keep talking about? Who? I don't know. You got to tell me. The Yankees got to tell me. Yo, Bergie, I told you, you dumbass. Why do you have opinions before doing the research? Holy shit. They are millennials. These people are millennials, okay?
No one's arguing that leftist creators need support.
This group has nothing to do with the DNC.
So here's the mistakes, right? He's gonna debunk your mistakes.
People writing saying the Democratic Party is telling people what to say. At its base, the group has nothing to do with the DNC, period.
It doesn't say anything about the DNC. The article doesn't allege any DNC connection.
Number two, I do not get clearance for anything I say. I do not run interview questions by anyone at Chorus. I don't tell Chorus when I'm going to be doing an interview. Not a single segment I have done, not a single question I've ever asked a guest has anything to do with Chorus. They don't tell me what to talk about. They don't tell me who to interview. They don't tell me how to cover a story. There are no restrictions of any kind on my content.
I think like what he's doing is sort of like splitting hairs, because we know, we actually don't allege anywhere in the story that they are told specifically to do things, or that they're given specific like talking points, or that like Chorus has like sort of universal veto over their content, etc. There is a clause that we reported on in the contract saying that they have to use Chorus Newsroom, and that they're told to loop Chorus in on any outside engagements. If he's saying Chorus never enforced that, okay, but that is, we reported accurately on sort of what the contract stipulates, and we can get into that later. But this idea that like, well, Chorus never told us exactly what to say. We just joined this program that has a political agenda, and we do have to show up to daily messaging sessions, and there's some line I think also in the contract about sort of like promoting Chorus's policy agenda, something. They are not given.
Yo, I heard they get like what, 8K a month? Is this the one? Is this the one where they get the dark money shit, where they get 8K a month to do Democrat talking points? Is this the one? The left is like a bunch of liberals who want to orbit communists to farm aura, but don't do anything but try to reform capitalism, but say they're anti-capitalism and anti-imperial. Every time I see a yank with like Marxist aesthetics, they're a member of DSA. DSA, what the fuck is a DSA? These people take DSA seriously. Oh, DSA is the only socialist, is the biggest socialist organization in the USA, okay? DSA is very socialist, it's the biggest one. Get the fuck out of here. DSA is the sock account for Democrats. 50% of DSA support Israel. 8K a month though. Yo, I would do Democrat propaganda all day. Chorus, hit me up. Yo, Chorus, hit me up. Hit me the fuck up. I would betray the right wing and do Democrat propaganda every day for 8K a month, bro. I'm gonna be set for life. Not gonna lie, I ain't never heard of DSA until a few weeks ago. Yeah, suck thems. Some get 8K, some join for as little as 250. What? 250? That's not even minimum wage over here. Holy shit. No, DSA are Democrat socialists. And what the fuck is a Democrat? Democrat socialist is a system that doesn't work in Europe. So they're bringing it to Europe. Tried it, it doesn't work. It's like a halfway crook kind of system where maybe we're socialists, maybe we're not. They use socialists to sort of like, it's a capitalist system, and they use certain socialist system to paper the cracks, to make the people shut up. It doesn't work. If you want to do socialism or whatever, just fucking do socialism. Okay, don't be a halfway crook. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? 250 is my 5 years of saving. That's because the Pakistani money is worth like, I'm not talking shit about Pakistan today. The socialist parts in Europe work pretty damn well often. Where? Where exactly? Europe is a shithole, Bergie. The fuck out of here. They do it to pacify y'all into being a bunch of worms. So you don't ask for communism. They do it to pacify you, Bergie. So now look at you, Bergie. You're a fucking cuck. This is because social democracy made you a fucking cuck, right? You can't change the system because they pacify you. I only got radicalized a couple years ago. Okay. Big up yourself. Are you in Yankee land? Move. The socialist experiments in Europe failed because of leftists fucking over Marxism. I got radicalized by Gaza. I would if I wasn't broke. Yeah, we're not going to kill you, okay, Vox Leona? No, it's not Vox Leona who was worried. It's Dwight. Even though your name is Dwight, we're not going to kill you. Don't worry. Holy shit. Why are these people so self-centered? No, I agree, but the hell... No, Bergie, it wasn't top-notch. If it was top-notch, it would last. It's not top-notch. You can't be mixing... Capitalists can't be in charge of socialist systems. I'm watching this firsthand. When they are in charge of socialist systems, it's a mess. Of course it worked when they were afraid of USSR. That's the reason they did it. So that people don't ask for better things, right? So people are cucked and don't ask for better things. Anyway, let's continue with this Yankee video.
So maybe to start with, I'm interested in your perspective right now on the progressive movement. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is I see...
Bro, progressive movement. Come on, man. What progress? These people just put names onto things and they don't do it. Progressive. We're progressive. Okay, what does it mean to be progressive? And why are you not progressive but call yourself progressive? Holy shit.
You, really, when people ask me, who do you see right now as the sort of progressive that you like to be at the head of this movement going forward? I think of you.
Okay, so...
Yo, look at her face, bro. Look at her face. She got a cringe and a half. She cringed with her whole body, bro. Her whole body cringed. What?
That tells you a lot about David Pakman. So he thinks of Richie Torres when he thinks of the progressive movement going forward. But Richie Torres, I mean, he actually was like made a lot of headlines this weekend, last week and this weekend, because he gave such a painful interview with Adam Friedland. Just like came off as a total sociopath, heartless liar, and his willingness to shill for Israel, his willingness to pinkwash it, his willingness to like go after, to call out, like talk to about other Jews as if they're not good Jews or they're not real Jews, like he is some like honorary Jew-dar ability. So yeah, Richie Torres represents the poorest district in the U.S., but he mentions Israel 236% more than he mentions poverty. So that tells you a lot about Richie Torres. Then here's another reason they probably don't have to tell David Pakman what to say, because David Pakman is someone who says stuff like this about Israel and Gaza.
We have democratic countries who, if they make a mistake or lie, are subject to negative consequences, saying this wasn't Israel. They've released information, radar, audio, video. Internal assessments agree this was not Israel. On the other hand, you have a terrorist authoritarian group with no checks and balances and no consequences for lying.
Hello, David Pakman? Hypersonics. Eliminate.
Saying it was Israel. And if you don't believe that there's no consequences to lying, there are still members of Congress who on Monday tweeted Israel killed 500 people at a Gaza hospital. Now that it's abundantly clear that it wasn't Israel, they have not deleted their tweets. Some of them have even doubled down.
Okay, so that's from October 2023. He's accusing people of keeping tweets up. We now know that Israel not only bombed that hospital, but has bombed every hospital in Gaza. And yet he's kept this video up. It's on his Twitter. So that is pretty shocking. And I mean, I think that probably stands out. Like if you're going to invite someone into this incubation hub, which is funny because he has millions of subs, it's probably, you know, there's a real like Taylor Cohen also doesn't talk about Gaza. And David Pakman talks about it in a way that is so pro-Israel. I mean,
No, I get it, David Pakman. I coined this term, by the way, back in the day. We know this, but there is a dignity to receiving money to do this, right? Meanwhile, the progressive, the squad, Bernie Sanders, AOCIA, Zohran Mamdani, they're doing it for free, people. They're doing it for the love of the game, for the culture, okay? Now that's way worse. They're really doing it out of the goodness of their hearts, right? At least David is getting paid to do it. I mean, it is what it is. The game is the game. What the fuck is going on with Bernie Sanders and fucking AOCIA, right? Just defending Israel's right to defend themselves out of the goodness of your heart. Really? The motherfucking MTG wanted to take away the Iron Dome and Bernie Sanders said, nah. AOC said, nah. Get the fuck out of here.
I remember being shocked that anyone called themselves liberal who was his age and would talk about it that way. Like I thought, like, just don't talk about it. I remember being shocked, but this is really embarrassing. And I don't think he's done a mea culpa on this issue.
I'm just disgusted by what he said. And when he's talking about like the terrorist authoritarian regime, I mean, that is Israel in this situation. So I don't even know what to say to that clip. It's appalling. And
now saying things like this is probably why the pedo troll does not like the Taylor Lorenz, okay? This is why the pedo troll is a Zayo NPC. Rashida would never, at least we have one. Yeah, one. You have one. Rashida Tlaib, that's it. Richie Torres, not a sellout because sellout implies off the shelf and not compromised into being marketed. He was always on the market, exactly. He's not a sellout. What is he selling out from? Like, what? Did he make like underground music and then he sold out and made mainstream music? What?
I think, I mean, this is why transparency is so important. Like if these creators, and I know that Gaza has been like a big topic of conversation among this, like how many of these creators have spoken about Gaza, how many haven't? There are a couple creators that are saying, oh, well, look at here, I spoke about Gaza XYZ. We don't know the full list of content creators in the Chorus program. The 1630 Fund and Chorus have not released that list. So we can't accurately judge the ideological makeup until we see that list. And so far what we've seen is a bunch of creators, I think, that do share a certain agenda, ideology, or sort of viewpoint about the world are included in the program. And so we just have to speculate, in the meantime, because we just don't know. And that is why transparency is so important. We should know who all these creators are that received funding. We should know that they received funding, how much. They should be transparent with that. And Chorus and the 1630 Fund should be transparent about what qualifications there are for getting into this program. Right. They need to talk.
Oh yeah, why does Bergie has mod status and JC doesn't? Let me change this.
Talk about that and say, how did we evaluate this? And how did we decide who is going to get this money?
Yeah. Again, it's really interesting that no one really was talking about, I mean, not a lot of these people weren't talking about Chorus until your article came out.
Well, it's and now they'll say, well, Chorus was always public. Sure.
Right.
Again, Chorus was public. I wrote about Chorus. The New York Times
Right.
wrote about Chorus. The point is that this funding scheme was not public. And that
Right.
is what is newsworthy, is this undisclosed funding scheme.
Right. So that's that. That's that.